The following is a class on the Nectar of Devotion, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on January 11th, 1973, in Bombay, India.
First-class devotional service is known by one's tendency to be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, serving the Lord favorably.
Serving the Lord favorably, not whimsically. Favorably. Anukullena, Krishna Anukulanam, Bhakti Uttama. This is the exact word. Anukul means favorably. What I want, you shall do. That is favor. I want something and you do something else. That is not favorable. Favorable means what Krishna wants, you do that. So, to come to this understanding preliminarily, because we have forgotten Krishna, God, at the present stage, in our material condition of life. Material condition means forgetting our relationship with God. That is material condition. Therefore it is called Maya. Maya means illusion which has no existence, hallucination. The same thing as we see tigers while dreaming and crying, here is tiger, same thing. So this is the example of hallucination. There are many others. Just like water in the desert. Sometimes there is, due to reflection of the sun, it appears there is vast mass of water. And the animals, they go after it, the water. These are some of the examples of hallucination and illusion. So, this to be in the stage of hallucination, illusion, that is called Maya. This is called Maya. Maya. Ma means not. Ya means this. So we are in this condition now, in Maya. We can practically experience, I have several times explained, just like while we are asleep, we forget everything of our day's life. And during daytime, we forget everything what we saw in dream. So these two stages. So this is also dream, this is also dream. And I am the observer of the dream. Therefore I am the fact. And this is illusion. Both the conditions. So therefore, the question arises, then what I am? That is called Brahma Jigyasa. Sanatana Goswami went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to ask this question, what I am? Any intelligent man can understand that I am simply dreaming. At night I am dreaming something, forgetting day's dream, and daytime I am dreaming something and forgetting night's dream. So actually both of them are dreams, and I am the observer. Then what I am? This is the question. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. This is the beginning of Vedanta Sutra. One should be inquisitive. Unless one comes to this point of inquiring about himself, then what I am? Why I am dreaming this, daytime and night time? What is my actual position? This is human life. When one comes to this point of inquiring what I am, that is the beginning of human life. Otherwise animal life. The animals, they do not know what I am. Neither this question comes to them, what I am. He is thinking I am dog, I am cat, I am ass, I am tiger, I am this and that. Similarly, if we simply think like that I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am this, I am that is animal life. That is animal life. When you come to this point, understanding, inquiry, Jivasya tattva jigyasa, Jivasya tattva jigyasa, nasya jat karmavi, kamasya na indriya priti, jive to javata. This is the Bhagavad philosophy. People are working very hard. Animals also working very hard. But in the human society, there are four principles. Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. Religious life, then economic development, then sense gratification, and then moksha, liberation. This is human life. Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. The religious life you cannot find in animal society. In human society, either he may be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddha, Jews, anything. There is a kind of religious principle. So that is the beginning of human life. Religion, dharma. Then generally, because we are in the bodily concept of life, therefore, economic development, I want money, I want comfortable position, comfortable situation, so that I can eat, drink, sleep nicely. This is called economic development. So dharma, artha, then why I want economic development? The kama, because I have got my senses, I have to gratify it. I gratify my senses. When my children grow up, I also give them chance to gratify their senses. Janmaithunadi grihami sukham mitucham. So we think by sense gratification we shall be happy. That is called kama. And when we are dissatisfied or frustrated by this process of sense gratification, economic development, then we give up. Brahma Satya Javan Mithya, this is all false. Now I shall merge into Brahma, this moksha. But Bhagavad says, this is not life. This is not life. What is that? Dharmasya, dharmaikantasya. You have got the first here. Now arthaya upakalpati. Now the dharma does not mean people don't take to religious life for economic development. They think that that is also fact. So, but Bhagavad says that the religious life does not mean economic development. Economic development does not mean to satisfy your senses. Then what shall I do? I have got my senses. There is demand of satisfaction for the senses. What shall I do? So therefore, Bhagavad says, Kamasya nindriya priti jiveto javata. Kamasya, just like you have to eat. That is the demand of your body. But don't manufacture varieties of menus. Eat only to live, not to live to eat. They have made it a point not to eat for living, but then living for eating. That Bhagavad says, Kamasya nindriya priti. Our indriya priti, our sense gratification is eating, sleeping, sex life and defending. That is our indriya priti. So, Bhagavad says, yes, you are allowed to satisfy your senses so that you can keep fit yourself, so to execute higher procedure of life. And what is that higher procedure of life? That higher procedure of life is Jivasya tattva jigyasa, that tattva jigyasa, what I am. For this purpose you shall eat, you shall sleep, You shall satisfy your senses, you should defend yourself to fulfill this mission of life, to understand what I am. Otherwise the animals are also doing that. Indriya Priti. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was approached by Sanatana Goswami. They were ministers in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah in Bengal. In those times there was a Pathan government, and they were responsible minister. One was chief minister, one was finance minister, very responsible post, Rupa Goswami, and they almost became Mohammedans because formerly the Brahminical society was very strict. If any Brahmana accepts service of another person, generally Kshatriyas, and they were Muslims, so they were, rejected from Brahmin society. And they changed their name also. And almost they become Mohammedans. Shafar Malik and David Khas, both the brothers, Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, and they met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then they decided to resign from the government post and join this Krishna consciousness movement. This Krishna consciousness movement is not new. It is continuing. It is going on since Krishna appeared, and later on, 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revived it. This Hare Krishna movement. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama is Mukti. So when they met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both the brothers decided that now we shall join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. It is a very nice movement. So, after resigning their post, Rupa Goswami still left the country, and Sanatana Goswami was situated. He formally wanted to resign the post, but the Nawab would not allow him to resign. Therefore he was arrested, and somehow or other he managed to come out of the prison and then join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Benares. That when he met, there was discussion of life, value of life between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami. So Sanatana Goswami first of all questioned this, that Gramo Vyavahare Kahaye Pandit Satya Kori Mani. Now, the ordinary few friends, my countrymen, they consider me, I am very learned scholar. He was very learned scholar actually. He was a great scholar in Sanskrit and Arabic language and Persian language, because in those days there was Mohammedan kingdom. So actually they were very learned scholar, because we understand from their writings later on, after becoming disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bandi Rupa Sanatana Uragajugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. So actually they were Pandit, learned scholars, Brahman and learned scholar. But he was asking, the Gramo Vyavahare Kahaye Pandit Satya Kori Mani. These people, my neighboring friends, they call me as learned scholar. And actually, I accept that I am scholar, I am learned Pandit, but I do not know what I am. This is my position. I am Pandit, they call me Pandit, learned scholar, and I accept it, but actually I do not know what I am. I am such a Pandit. So this is the position. You call any person, any scientist, any philosopher, any politician, any minister at the present moment, and ask him what you are, he will fail to answer. He will say, yes, I am Mr. Such and such, I am Indian, I am American, I am minister. He will say like that. This question was discussed with a great professor in Moscow. He said, Swamiji, after finishing this word, everything is finished. What I am, that's all. This is position. But actually that is not. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami first of all inquired this question, Brahma Vyavahare Kahaye Pandit, ordinary behavior. My neighbors, they call me very learned scholar. But I am such a scholar that I do not know what I am. Kiyami keno mare japit tabra. Why I am put into this miserable condition of life? Birth, death, and disease and old age, and threefold miseries, adhyattik, adhibhautik, adhidaivik. And the whole struggle is to minimize our miserable condition of life. The struggle is going on, whole day work, day and night. What is the purpose? Attantik dukkha nivritti, to minimize our miserable condition of life. So why I am put into this miserable condition of life, although I do not know, I do not want it. So what I am? What is my position? That is Bhagavad decision. You don't forget yourself by simply satisfying your senses. Tamasya nendriya priti. Don't be satisfied simply when you see that your senses are satisfied. No. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. One should be forward to understand what he actually is. The same story. That I am simply seeing dreams day and night. I am seeing, that's a fact. Law of identity, I am. Then what I am? I am simply to see these dreams. What is my actual life? That is Tattva Jigyasa. What is that? Anukullena Krishnanusirana. So, when we go deep into the matter to inquire about ourselves, what is my position? Then we'll come to this understanding, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed to Sanatana Goswami. Jiver Sarupa Nitta Krishna Da. That we have forgotten. Our constitutional position is eternal servant of Krishna. This is our position. So as soon as we come to this position, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu begins from this point. When a living entity, when a person comes to the understanding without any doubt that he is eternal servant of Krishna, then his real life begins. Unless he understands this point, it is still in the hallucination of animal life. Jived Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das. Actually, we are engaged as servants always. Here, everyone who are sitting here, every one of us servant of the society, servant of the family, servant of the community, servant of the country, servant of the nation. In this way, we are servants. That's a fact. And we are serving. Everyone is serving. Nobody is actually enjoying. Everyone is servant. That is the constitutional position of living entity. But they are serving hallucination. They are not serving the real fact. The constitutional portion is going on. Jived Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das. Therefore, one Brahmana, he approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead that I have served the whole of my life. Kamadinam kodidana kodidha palita dunnidisa. Serving means we are serving the society, country, family. The essence is I am not serving, I am satisfying my sense gratification. But I am pushing on this sense gratification in the name of service. A man is working whole day and night to maintain his family, considering himself that he is the master of the family, but actually he is the servant of the family. That is his real position. And servant of the family means he is servant of his senses. Janamaithunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham kandu anena karayuda. Their happiness is that sex life. For enjoy that sex life they are working so hard day and night. Therefore, he is neither serving the society, community, family, but he is serving his sense gratification. This is their sense. Therefore, the Avantikpur Brahmana said that Kamadinam kodidhana kodidha palita dunnivisa. My dear Lord, I have served my senses so abominant. I should not have served in that way, still have done. Just like sometimes we commit so many criminal activities to satisfy our senses. Because we want money. So, palita durnidesa. My conscience says, you don't do it. But because I want to enjoy my senses, I must do it. I must do it. A thief knows that if I steal, then I will be punished. He has heard from Shastra, or he has known the state laws, that if one commits theft, he is punished. He knows it. And he has seen it, that one man has stolen or committed theft. He is arrested, taken by the police, he has seen it. But still, he commits theft. Why? Why? Therefore, that is my, I become habituated to serve the process of sense gratification such low grade that what is not to be done, I still do it. Therefore he says, Kamadinam katidhana katidha palita dunnidisa tesang maina karuna jata. But anyone who serves for somebody, ask him whether you are satisfied. I have served you so much. They will never say. Just like, take the example, I have given this example many times, that who can serve his country than Mahatma Gandhi better? Nobody. But still, he was shot dead. Still he was shot dead. His service was not acknowledged, recognized. Otherwise, how he shot dead? There are so many cases. So many cases. So, this world, however faithfully you give service, it will be never recognized. Because it is hallucination, illusion. You are serving your senses. You are not serving any person. You are serving your senses. So when one comes to this position, he understands that I am actually servant, but I am posing myself falsely as master. That is real sense. Then whose servant I am? I am Krishna's servant. Therefore Krishna comes and demands, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam. We have forgotten that. We have forgotten Krishna and Krishna's service, and that is Maya. Therefore Krishna comes again and again as himself, as a devotee, or his senses, servitor, he is Vaishnava, to preach this called Krishna consciousness, that educate people to serve Krishna, to serve me. Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Braja. We are also preaching this cult, that you serve Krishna. Krishna says, Manmana Bhavamad Bhaktamadhyajimang Namaskuru. We are preaching this cult. So we are not manufacturing anything. This Krishna consciousness movement is nothing concocted. It is fact. Everyone is servant, but at the present moment he is serving Maya. So instead of serving Maya, let him serve Krishna, the original personality of God. This is the Krishna consciousness movement. So that service, when one agrees to serve Krishna, because nobody is agreeable to serve Krishna. The Krishna personally came, canvas. How many people are serving Krishna? Abhijananti mang mudha. Oh, it is too much. Krishna is asking that give up everything and serve unto him. It is too much. People are taking Abhijananti mang mudha. Because they are mudhas, they are thinking, why shall I serve Krishna? I shall serve dog. I shall keep a dog. And take him in the street. As soon as he stands, I shall stand. As soon as passes reading, I shall stand. That is the position. If you don't serve God, then you have to serve God. Dog. Maya. You cannot become without service. That is not possible. That is not possible. You must have to serve somebody. But you will not be satisfied. By such service, the master whom you are serving, he will never be satisfied, neither you will be satisfied. But if you serve actually the Supreme Master Krishna, he will be satisfied and he will be satisfied. Patram puspam phalam toyam jomi bhakta prajachyati. Tadaham bhaktupahitam asnami prajatatmanha. Krishna says, you simply try to serve me. Offer me little water, little flower, little leaf. Anyone can collect little water, little flower, or little leaf and offer to Krishna. Krishna is prepared to accept your service in that way. What is the difficulty to serve Krishna? But they will not do. This is Maya. So one has to make his determination. Anukullena Krishna Anusulena. This is bhakti. Anukullena means Krishna wants. You serve. You supply. This is Anukul. Now he says, Krishna, Manmana Bhavamad Bhakta. May you become always engaged in thinking of Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. That is Manmana. Always thinking of Krishna. Because thinking of Krishna and Krishna, there is no difference. Krishna is absolute. As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, as soon as you remember Krishna, that means Krishna is on your tongue, dancing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Avinnata nama namina. Therefore, by constant company with Krishna, punna samana kirtana, sinnatang savadha Krishna punna samana kirtana. If you simply hear about Krishna, then you become pious. Punna samana. Simply by hearing, you become pious. You haven't got to arrange for great sacrifices, tons of ghee. No. Simply by hearing Krishna Katha, you will be purified. These are the statements of great personalities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Cheta Darpana Marjanam, Bhava Mahadavagni Nidvapanam, Sre Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vidyavadhu Jivanam, Anandam Buddhivardhanam, Pratipadam Purnam Nitasvadanam, Parang Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtana. Sri Krishna Sankirtana is so nice that Krishna says, Manmana Bhavamad Bhaktamad Jagi Namaskuru. Why don't you become? Always think of Krishna. Where is the loss? If you are walking on the street or going on bus or on your car, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, what is your heavy loss? Is there any loss? Why don't you do it? Try it. There is no loss. And if there is any gain, why don't you try it? For nothing, without any loss. These European American boys, they are chanting Hare Krishna. They are more enlightened so far, material civilization is concerned, better. In their country, almost all young men as a hobby, they have taken a bead and chanting. The George Harrison, the famous Beatle, he supplied beads and bags to his friends to chant Hare Krishna. And he has written in his record that anyone who is a friend of Krishna, I am his friend. What he has written?
And each friend of Krishna is friend of mine. And each friend of Krishna is friend of mine.
Yes. Anyway, so we Indians, why you are over gentlemen? They are also gentlemen, they are also Europeans. But why you are afraid, why you are ashamed to chant Hare Krishna mantra, even on walking, even going on? What is the harm? This is the purpose of Hare Krishna mantra movement, that anyone can chant, a child can chant, a old man can chant, a rich man can chant, a poor man can chant. There is no tax. But see the result. See the result. Hitaniya sadahari, tinadapi sunitena tarorapi suhisvana, amanina manadena, hitaniya sadahari. This is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order that always chant Hare Krishna. The Shastra says, Harinama, Harinama, Harinama iva kevala. Kalu nasti vanasti vanasti vagadirannatha. And these age, spelling, we cannot execute any other process of religious method. This is, we can, but at the present moment it is very difficult. The best thing is, as it is recommended in the Brihad Naradiya Purana, many other Puranas also, in Upanishad, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam, Kalo nastiva, 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 gatirannatha. And in the Bhagavad Gita also you will find, Satatam Kirtantam Mam Jatantascha Dirabrata Namasantas Samang Bhaktya Tushanti Cha Ramanti Cha Satatam Kirtantam Mam. Any man who is chanting, his Mahatma, chanting. So these boys, although they are very young, but because they are chanting, always they are Mahatmas. Mahatman Sumang Prartha Devi Prakriti Mastu Vajanti Ananda Manasu. Krishna says, Manmana Bhavad Bhakta Madhyadi Mang Namaskuru. So this is the process. In this age, you can chant. There is no loss, but there is much gain. Why don't you try it? So that is called Bhakti. Anukullena Krishna Anusilana. Favorably. Krishna says that you become always thinking of me, Manmana. If you think of Krishna, there is Bhakti. That is Anukul. Anukullena Krishna Anusilana. Krishna says, and we carry on the order. Just like Arjuna did. Krishna says that you kill, I want. Yeah, that party must be killed. First of all he hesitated. How can I kill my grandfather and nephews, my brother, the other side? No, I cannot. When he was bodily conscious, but when he understood Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, he said, Karise Vachana. Yes, I shall do. That is Anukul. That is Anukul. In the beginning, he was becoming very good gentleman, non-violent. But Krishna chastised him. Kutaste kasmalamidam visame samupastu. Anarja justam asagam akiptika. Or you are proposing something which is the action of the anarja, not of the Aryan. So, give up this klibam, this deficiency, defect, or what is called weakness of your heart. Give it up. And then when he became his Sishya, Sishya Sarimang Prapannam, at that time, as a Sishya, he immediately chastised him. Asachanam suchastam pragyavadam sabhas. My dear Arjuna, you are talking just like a very learned man, but you do not know what is learning. You do not know. Asachanam suchastam pragyavadam sabhasati gatasunna gatasuncha nanusehuchiti pandita. This is not talk of the pandita. Just learn what is pandita. How? Then when he began to teach him how to become pandit, the first instruction was Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumaram jovanam jara tatha dehantaram prati dhira. Asmin dehi, in this body, there is the soul. This is the beginning of spirituality. How many people know? They do not know it. They think they are in this body. I am American, I am Indian. Thank you very much.